So Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury is just finished. Yeah, I called it a mismatch. Fuck, was I wrong? Fucking, oh, I was definitely very wrong about that. Francis Ngannou loses a split decision. He actually won on one of the judges' scorecards. One of the judges had it 96-93 Fury. That's absolute bullshit. It was a close fight. Like, it was very fucking close. I'm not going to say that Ngannou definitely won because a lot of those rounds just sort of like swang by. But he has an argument for winning, but I'm not. I would have to rewatch before making a decision. Not with how many rounds there are and everything. But Nagano definitely won like a moral victory in this fight. You know, he put on the fucking performance of a lifetime. An MMA guy actually came in and arguably beat the best heavyweight in the world on like for his fucking boxing debut. Like that is such a great performance from Francis Ngannou. I really doubted this man. I thought he was going to get battered. I really did. And he really did prove me wrong, and I'm glad he did. I'm glad this was a fight, especially with how long the fucking wait time was. That's something I really hate about these events. There was an hour and a half between the co-main and the main event. Like, fucking nobody gives a shit about these concerts. Turn them off. Nobody cares. Like, it's fucking annoying. I'm just laying there like, hurry the fuck up. We're not here to watch a fucking concert. We're here to watch a fight. But anyway, Ngannou drops Tyson Fury in the third round, like with a left hook. I when he did that, I just couldn't believe it, man. I thought we were about to witness a fucking upset for the ages. Like I don't know. I don't even know if a Fury win makes sense. I feel like a draw would have made more sense than a Fury win. Like, oh, I don't know, man. Like I say, I'm not gonna say robbery just because I'd have to rewatch the whole fight back. But like Fury was just like outboxing him for some of them rounds. He was just like jabbing at him, and Ngannou, he was swinging wildly, but didn't really. There was some rounds where he didn't really get too much offense off. But like if we're talking as an overall fight, Francis Ngannou won the fight. Tyson Fury won the boxing contest. Is the best way I can put it. He won. He won on points. He did just tap it. Ngannou, jabbed it in. But like, if we're talking about like an overall fight, then Francis Ngannou fucking won that as a fight. But yeah, he honestly he did really fucking well. He really exceeded all of my expectations. I thought this was a lamb going to the slaughter. I didn't give fucking Francis Ngannou a snowball's chance in hell, man. Like I generally didn't give this man a single shot. I didn't even think. I thought that because his kickboxing fights years ago, he didn't even seem to have like KO power in them gloves. I didn't think he had a single shot. Extreme Couture is the upset fucking gym. If you want to go and pull off some crazy upset in combat sports, go train at Extreme Couture. Because they had Sean Strickland go in there and fucking destroy Adesanya with kickboxing. We've just had Francis Ngannou go put off like a fucking back and forth contest in his boxing debut against Tyson Fury. Uh, so yeah, if you need to go and pull off some crazy upset in boxing or MMA, go train at Extreme Couture. I feel like that's the best place you can be because they have some sort of voodoo magic where they can go in there and fucking either upset people or exceed expectations heavily. Uh, I will say I really do really really want to see Francis Ngannou versus Deontay Wilder now. That's like a fight I need to see. Like I have to see that fight now because if Ngannou's having a competitive fight with a defensively sound guy like Tyson Fury, imagine how good he'll do against someone like Deontay Wilder, who they're both very wild strikers, no pun intended. They're both very crazy. They're not crazily technical. Like I actually reckon that'd be a crazy fight. Ngannou's power held up here, uh, for sure. I was just worried about the boxing gloves and everything, but he fucking floored Tyson Fury here. Like I can't believe how competitive this fight was. It wasn't for the championship or anything, but it would have been interesting to see how this would have went. Fucking, I don't understand the 96, 93, man. That makes no sense. Fury definitely, like, he did not win by that much. Uh, Fucking close fight, but I'm so glad an MMA fighter didn't go in there and get massacred for once. Ah, like, fucking hell. Like, it's not been good for the Fury family. They've both squeaked out fucking this MMA. They've both squeaked out decisions against a YouTuber, a FIFA fucking YouTuber, and an MMA fighter making his boxing debut. The Fury family is on fraud watch at the moment, but still, like I say, Fury I guess won the boxing match. Very close though. Like you could give it to Ngannou. I'm not going to deny that Ngannou could win that. It's just we all knew the boxing judges aren't going to give it to fucking Francis Ngannou. He would have to fucking 10-8 him every single round to maybe just get the split decision. Like, fucking boxing, man. Still, he wins the moral victory here. That's all that matters for Francis Ngannou. He gets the moral victory. Uh, Obviously he would have wanted the actual victory, but a lot of people are gonna say that he won that fight, and I understand it. I can see the argument for it, but I'm like at the end of that, I was thinking Francis won, but I thought maybe that's my MMA bias or something coming out. But yeah, I definitely got to rewatch this to know how to exactly score it, but I'm gonna stop calling these fights fucking mismatches. I called KSI Tommy Fury a mismatch. It was a competitive fight. I thought Tommy Fury won. Still very competitive. I called Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou a mismatch, and Francis Ngannou goes on there and puts on the performance of his life. So I gotta stop calling all these fights mismatches because when I do, they come in and they have the most competitive fucking back and forth fights and exceed all expectations. Or maybe I will just keep calling them mismatches so these fights will be competitive. Like fucking hell, man. Like nobody can tell me that they really thought Ngannou like would have had like an argument for winning a decision against Tyson Fury. Like nobody truly believed that. I swear to God, man. But you know what fucking happened? It really did fucking happen. So what can you say? Ngannou's the man. The future Francis Ngannou movie is gonna go so fucking hard. The guy became UFC heavyweight champion. The guy just arguably beat the lineal heavyweight champion in boxing. Give him fucking Deontay Wilder or someone like that. Let's fucking have some fun with this shit. Let's Ngannou versus Wilder. I reckon Ngannou's got a solid fucking chance against Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua's got a very sus chin. I'd say he's got a worse chin than Tyson Fury. Like that could actually be like an upset in the making. Francis Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua. Like you never fucking know. Like I was not excited for any of these possible Francis Ngannou boxing matches. When he first left the UFC, I was like, oh fuck, really? We're just gonna have to watch him get massacred. But I really would not mind seeing like a Francis Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua, Francis Ngannou versus Deontay Wilder. For shits and giggles, do Francis Ngannou versus Derek Chisora. Like there is actually some really fun fights you could get out of Francis Ngannou in boxing. Also, I got to mention Tyson Fury fucking elbowed Francis Ngannou. Tried to turn this into a Muay Thai fight. Tyson Fury was also shooting fucking takedowns on Francis Ngannou. Like he was talking all week, like if Francis Ngannou, I can't even if the Dossa Francis Ngannou, I can't even do that. I can't even do his fucking voice, man. He was just saying if Francis Ngannou like grappled or did any MMA moves, that he would be instantly disqualified. And it was fucking Tyson Fury going in for the double leg takedowns. He was panic shooting. He was going in for elbows. He was going in for fucking actual like takedowns. He was shooting in like fucking crazy. Francis Ngannou was fighting a fair fight, fair boxing match. Didn't do anything dirty. He was if they were allowed to clip dirty box more, Ngannou would have got him out of there because he did land some fucking hellish uppercuts in the clinch, and I was thinking, oh fuck, Tyson Fury's about to get knocked out. Generally, fucking gutsy performance from Francis Ngannou. Like, you cannot hate on that performance from Francis Ngannou. If you hate on that performance from Francis Ngannou, you're a fucking hater because he came in there, he gave a fucking hell of a performance. And he's an MMA fighter by trade. He's 36 years old, 37 years old. Like, he is not a young man to come in there and give, like, a competitive fucking fight like that. Like, the guy, he's 37 years old. That was his first pro boxing match at fucking, like I say, at 37 years of age. To come in and have your first professional boxing match against arguably the best heavyweight boxer in the world in Tyson Fury. Younger guy, 2 years younger than Francis Ngannou. Heaps of boxing experience. Been training boxing for like 26 years or something like that. Boxing, coming from boxing family. He's been training his whole fucking life to be a professional boxer. Had a long amateur career. It's just Francis Ngannou, sand mined as a kid. He was a fucking sand miner as a kid in Cameroon. And that's all it takes to go in there and have a fucking back and forth split decision loss to Tyson Fury. Imagine if Francis Ngannou, instead of sand mining, was fucking doing boxing. He would have killed Tyson Fury. Uh, like the guy trusts. I mean, Francis Ngannou is just a freak of nature. He started training MMA when he was like 26 and became UFC heavyweight champion. Now he's just gone in there, started training boxing at like 35 years old, and went in there and fucking arguably beat Tyson Fury in a fucking decently controversial fight. Yeah, Francis Ngannou's the man. The future movie about his life is going to go so hard. Like, I would much rather see a Francis Ngannou movie than that fucking Israel Adesanya movie they made. Like, who the fuck? Like, Israel Adesanya had a pretty privileged life. Like, had servants and all that shit. Like, who gives a fuck about that story? Oh, rich boy had a successful life. Cool. Francis Ngannou, fucking refugee, traveled back and forth to try and get into France and Europe. You know, he almost died multiple times trying to get to France. Becomes an MMA fighter at like 26, 27 years old. Goes in there, fucking, goes and has a championship fight against Stipe Miocic. Uh, Gets dominated in there in a really like dominant performance for Stipe Miocic, and then loses a really like shit fight to Derek Lewis, and everyone's like, oh, maybe Ngannou's done with, maybe it's over for Francis Ngannou, and then knocks out Curtis Blades, knocks out Cain Velasquez, the former heavyweight champion of the world, knocks out JDS, goes in there, just immediately fucking bull rushes Jairzinho Rozenstruik and KOs him. And then he gets the fucking UFC heavyweight championship against the man who beat him dominantly years ago in Stipe Miocic, and he avenges his loss in a dominant performance, stuffs all the takedowns, looks like a fucking machine in there, and then brutally KOs the man who embarrassed him years ago and wins the UFC heavyweight championship. Then, you know, goes and fights Cyril Gane, his former training partner at the MMA Factory. His former head coach is in Gane's corner. It's just a hell of a fucking story to be able to tell, man. Like, that is one of the coolest fucking stories in combat sport. Goes in there, defeats his former teammate, and then leaves the UFC with the fucking championship, the little championship, and goes in there and gives Tyson Fury a hell of a fight. Yeah, they have to make a movie about this guy. But I've ranted on long enough, man. Fucking impressive ass performance from Tyson Fury. I mean, not Tyson Fury, from Francis Ngannou. If you think Tyson Fury won, yeah, I can see the argument, but Francis Ngannou wins the moral victory and he wins it live because nobody was giving him a fucking chance, and I'm guilty of that too. I was not giving Francis Ngannou a chance. But yeah, if you made it this far into the video, give this video a like. Yeah, and if you didn't like it, just let me know. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on Francis Ngannou's performance in the comment section below. Let me know how you scored it, because I still don't know how exactly I scored it, but like, that fight could have gone either way. I feel like a draw is probably better makes more sense than a Tyson Fury win, but maybe I'm just being biased towards MMA. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you scored it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. And if you aren't already, subscribe because I make plenty of combat sports related videos.